morning. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and it is Thursday, August 7th already. Oh my goodness, it's almost the middle of August. Whoa! I've been busy. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, let me put the phone up on my stand because that's what I have to do. And there we go. Whoops. What did I do here? Hold on, I've got to fix it. There we go. There's Arlene. Good morning, Arlene. Good morning. It's good to see you. Those of you who have been following me know that I am doing a major stash dive, and I am finding so many treasures that I have. Yeah. So I'm going to use a few of them. Let me get my tablet set up here to my channel so that I can see who comes in and talk to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All righty. Well, and I want to start using some of these things I've accumulated, and they won't get used until I just start and do it. Well, let me fix my chat to all messages. I hope you find the painted lady envelope you made for me 5 years ago. I'm not even sure I remember it. The painted lady envelope. What did it look like? I'll probably run across it, but don't count on it right away. I've been making scheduling videos. I've cleaned out 2-3 bookshelves now, but I'm having all these boxes that I don't know what to do with. But I think what I'm going to do, these boxes behind me, I can't do it online because I have to have 2 hands to move them. But I'm going to move them out of here, and then I'm going to box up a lot of little stuff. And then after I get my space behind me all cleared out, I can start going through the boxes and sort out things that I want to keep close to me. I want to keep it all close to me, but I just don't have room. And I want to talk again about the difference between hoarding and actually accumulating treasures. I know I have a lot of stuff behind me, and I know this room looks like a hoarding room, but it's not really hoarding, because hoarders just buy stuff to buy it, and they never open it, they never touch it. I open my things. The problem with me is I just don't have space for everything. And I enjoy what I have, and I eventually use it. So, and I'm the type of person that I don't have to have a clean, pristine spot to create in. The more stuff I have around me, the more inspired I get. So I don't consider all these things I've accumulated as hoarding. Hoarders just buy to buy, and they buy to, I buy to use. I buy because I enjoy it, and it inspires me. I walk into this room and I get inspired, and I want to sit down and create. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. So, that said, I'm going to use some of the things that I picked out yesterday and show you some of the things. One of the things here is I have an auction haul from Jacqueline at Lovely's Creating Lodge. And it has some sunshine papers in there. I want to start making my sunshine journal. Now, because I've been gone the last week in July and the first part of the week in August, I've gotten a late start on it, so I'll probably just make that sunshine. It won't just be an August journal. It'll be a sunshine journal in the idea that I want sunshine in my life. So we're going to pull those papers out and review some of the stash in here again. And let me set this aside because I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to set it behind me. I've got to have a space to work while I'm doing it. And I have some envelopes here. I told Sylvia I would mail her a piece of fabric, and I want to get that done. This is yellow. It's really a really nice linen type even weave. I don't think it's really nice fabric. And I can almost use it for, I'm going to use it, I think I'm going to use it in my sunshine journal. It's really a pretty piece of fabric, and I think I can stitch on it. So that goes with the sunshine papers. I'll come back to these. These are box of stamps that I found. I'm going to work on these. I bought this stencil, and I never used it because it's so big. I don't usually, this is really a stencil that you would maybe put on a piece of furniture or a box or a, something that really large. Well, it's too large for me, so I'm going to cut this down today into more manageable pieces. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I wanted this frame, but I didn't really care. This is a print, and it's just been sitting here. I took it out of the frame. I used the frame for something else. It's probably sitting around here somewhere. But today I'm going to remove this into pieces that I can put into my journal. And that brings me back to this. When I was doing one of my org videos, I couldn't get this out of the box with one hand, and I want to show this to you. I'm going to put this out in the living room. This is a Jim Shore piece that I got on sale at the thrift store, I believe. I don't buy stuff new. I tore the tag off of it. But this is a nice Jim Shore figurine. And let's see, there's a tag on it. It says no returns. I paid $8 for this, or there's an $8 tag on it. I don't know if I paid $8 for it. I might have. But I'm going to set that out in the other room. And we'll look at it a little closer here. Grab a pair of scissors and cut this tag off if I can. There we go. Are you seeing it? I don't know if you're seeing it. Let me hold it up. It's a Jim Shore figurine. It's an angel. And it says Angel of the New Life. Angel of New Life. And it's holding a baby. Oh, she's holding a baby. There's another tag on it. Not a toy for adults only. It says on there. Let me cut this tag off. Well, we don't have any small ones around here to worry about. But this is so pretty. This would probably be for a mother or somebody who's having a child. But I like it. I'm going to set it out in the other room. Look at the diamonds that he's done on here. The diamond shapes are. And I really like it. You would pay more than $8 for this brand new. That's going out. That's going out in the other room. I gotta put it down there, but I put it down carefully so I don't break it. And that brings me to my box of stamps. Now, Dee Dee had gotten out one of her stamps yesterday, and I'm going, oh, yay. And I actually have 2 boxes of stamps in here. And look, I have some stamps, some little squares of stamps here that I haven't used. Now, I think Julie Faithbound Balzer does Carve December. And I have done that before. And I think these are smaller erasers. So I am going to start using some of my stamps and carving more. These are ones that's a bird, I think I did. That's just a scrap. This was a piece of, you can buy that kind of rubbery linoleum at the hardware store, and it looks like I carved an M. It's a doodle carving. I don't know what that is. I'd have to stamp it. So, yeah, I'm going to start doing, here's some extra blades. And then in this box, the heavier box here, I have stamps that I've carved. I think that's a bunny stamp. Is that a bunny? No, that's a, oh, that's a lady dancing. A dancing lady. I'm not going to go all through these. I got this owl. I could use this owl stamp. Here's a gargoyle that I carved. So I have things that, and one thing I want to do is make a little stamp journal and make a little sample journal of things that I've carved. So there's that. I don't know. I've messed it up now. I can't lay it flat. Why not? This one. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to keep this close by, but I need to get it off of my table for now. And then I found one of the journals I think I did last year. And I was looking through it and I go, oh, I'm not even sure I remember doing all these things. You know, I have a lot of journals that I've made. And I do them because I enjoy art. I've got some extra glue sticks that every time I go to Walmart, I pick up a couple of these. And I think I'm getting plenty of them. Plenty of them. But let's kind of look at this. This is, I guess I could call it my dragonfly journal. I think I got these little they're plastic dragonflies. And I got them from Aaron, one of Aaron in the Aaron Docks. Aaron Docks, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's an area of our country. But I completed this journal. And it's so fun. For me, the art journaling is the process of doing these is the fun. And then they kind of sit on my shelf. But boy, I really like what I've done. I put a stitched piece here. I've stitched the spine. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this last year. I made corners. And I'm just going to do a quick flip here. Bring it down a little so you guys can see it. So I've used up things that it's really a use up journal. And I've made just different pages. I probably made this about the time that, because of that sunshine on there, about the same time in autumn and fall. See, I have a lot of fall items. I'm not sure I dated this journal. I should date it as August of 2024 is about when I made this. I could I could go look on my videos around that time and get a good date of when I did this, when I finished it. That's a piece I have in here. It's actually a piece of map. I probably had it over here. I don't think I stuck it down. I was deciding what I wanted to do with it. But this journal is done. But it's kind of fun to go back and review things that I've done. Kind of get inspired from your old journals. I'm just going to kind of flip through. Time that you enjoy. I don't know what that is. Time that you enjoy wishing is not wasted time. Time that you enjoy wasting. Time that you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. I said wishing. That's a T-I-N-G. Wasting is not wasted time. And so this was actually a use-up journal. And I'm going to do more of these style of journals. A bird on a piece of wax paper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I completed this in around August or October of last year, because I have these, I remember doing these darker pages. This I did, this is a tiger in here, and I did this as a following a Dirty Dozen with Becky, I believe. And it's the lurker, that tiger is lurking in the bushes with all the plants. I remember doing these pages. I remember that cat. So just a quick flip. It's nice. I have these little tatted bobby pins here. Little tatted pieces that I put on bobby pins. A ghost cat. Have you guys been watching my shorts that I've been doing? I did stained glass cats, and then I took the same theme, like a cat in front of a fireplace, and then I did it in a sculpture theme. I'm enjoying doing those AI videos. They're something I can play with. I just enjoy sitting down and working with them. And I'll tell you, you don't see the work that goes into them. You don't see the work behind those. You think that the computer does it all. I'm here to tell you, the computer doesn't do it all. It needs a human to tell it what to do. Let's see if I can find something that... I can at least put a date on here. I'm going to put August of 2024 on here. So the next time I look at this journal, hopefully I'll see a date. All There we go. And I will keep this out on my shelf. I have a couple more that I need to review and put up on my shelf. I need to get to my shelves. I'm working on it. I am working on it. We'll just let that dragonfly fly around here. Somehow, there he is. All right. So I'm going to set this behind me. Now I made these postcards. This is actually a use-up project here. These hello postcards. I'm going to have a postcard swap. Not a swap, postcard giveaway. I don't know if I'll do it this morning or another time, but I'm going to keep these close by. Then I have this canvas that I started. And I don't like this gazebo, so I'm going to paint it out. And I'm going to make an art journal cover out of this canvas. I don't work on canvases very much. I really don't enjoy... I don't enjoy it, but I kind of like this, but I don't like my gazebo. So we're going to work on that. Now I'm down to my desk, but I was measuring bookcases because I'm going to rearrange my bookcases. And in my little stash closet in there, I have these kit boxes. I have a stack of 20 of them, I think. And that I've made a couple years ago. This is number 11 and number 13. And I am going to use up, or this looks like things that I could be using. What are these? These are thumbtacks. I'm going to use up things because they've sat around. This is a little mini journal, 2x3. I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to use up stuff here because look, here's some feet. I was wanting some of those not too long ago. So I put things in here and then I never get them used. Here's a stamp that says, "You're not getting older, you're getting more awesome." Some bookmarks, some paper, some twine, and a little case. And these, I think, are just sacks. I probably got these from somebody, little sacks of stuff. So I'm going to be using out of this box. Set it aside for now. And then in this box, number 11, I have ink pens. Here is blasting your stash kit number 11. I've got some note paper. I've got tissue paper, more tissue paper, more tissue paper, some papers that I can use for journaling. These are unused. I could stamp on these. Napkin backs. Just more things. I was thinking of journal making here, making a journal, some envelopes. So, and once I get things out of here and used up, I can put stuff that's just sitting around here that needs to go in a box. So that's my thought. Let's go back. Oh, I didn't put these back. Well, you know, I was looking for some pens. Let's go. I pulled the mini journal out. I've got a jingle bell. What happened to Penelope? She's been holding on to my jingle bell for me. and some safety pins here. I have these safety pins, and then they're never where I need them. This is a little brad, I think. It's a screw. Somebody put a screw through here. Oh, it goes on to something like a clock or something. And I have this little tin of stars. I dropped them on the floor. They really need to go in a bag. Do I have another bag in here? I have a bag of safety pins and more safety pins. Let's reach over behind me. I think I know where my bags are. They're right here. I knew where they were. I have an empty a sack of these little jewelry bags. Let me pull one out. Of course, it's a bag in a bag. There. So my motto is to use up the stash because, you know, I'm going to be wanting more. Nebraska has a junk jaunt in September of every year, and I'm thinking about going on that junk jaunt, but as long as I have junk in my room, I can't justify it. You go for the thrill of the hunt. You go for the thrill of the hunt. It's like going fishing. I tell my brother that it's like going fishing. I don't know if I'm going to get those in there. A little scrap of paper. And a bobby pin. We'll put that bobby pin in there. I could use a few of these on my July journal as a decoration. And I'm just wrapping up my July journal. I might work a little on that today. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for sharing a Thursday morning with me. The weekend's right around the corner. All right. Lid was to a candle. And this little mini journal I'm going to keep out. Let's put these things back in. Back in the kit box. Except for the pens. I wanted to keep the pens out. Alrighty. I have one more. Let's see, these are things I'm going to work on these after I have one more thing I need to sort out here. And that's this tray of, as I'm working, I put things to the side. And I have some papers, a tatting pattern. Really, these things should go in that kit box. These papers I'm saving out for, and I'm going to work on my Society of Idea Collector. These are divider pages I want to put in my society. My new Dee Dee Willingham started, she does her Society of Idea Collectors in January. And I started it, but I still have my old one that I'm using. And look at these scrappy papers. And the dyed papers, which could go in the journals. And I have a whole bunch of those. things that I've saved, rusty papers. Napkin. Autumn is coming up. We could do an autumn. Here's a put my La Petite. This is French. Is it dated? 1936. I'm sure I got this at one of the sales. Yep. And I got a star there. A couple stars in there. Looks like I did some writing on here for something or other. Oh, I was making paper dolls, character development. Find a full figure in a magazine. Create a paper character from it. Make several copies. So this is a template, and then you dress up you make another copy of it, and then you dress up your character, give her a name and a personality, and develop a story. And I did this out of a postcard. See, there's the postmark, and yeah. So this was, I wanted to do, and I have a book on character development. I think that's what I was using these papers for. Here's another one. And here I was making I'm going to put that with this. So this is just kind of a tray of extras that I have here. Here's one I did of me going into a garden. Am I in frame? These all go together. I should work on this stuff. I get these bright ideas. Here's another one where I'm doing character development, developing little stories. There's patterns, and this says this was a giveaway. Karen K and Goldie, Dragon Charm giveaway. I wonder if I got those mailed. And here's my notes on character development. Develop a character of yourself or based on a cutout of a full-length character found in a magazine. It could be a man, a boy, a girl, a woman. It could be a fictional or fairy tale. Give it a personality and a name. Make several outline copies for patterns. Then dress your character and put in a one-sentence story. Use your imagination. Here's a list of Christmas dolls. Let's see. I want to keep all these character developments together because I might work on this again. This should really go in my Society of Idea Collector journal. And this too. This was a list we did of Christmas dolls. It looks like I was doing a prompt game here because I've got numbers here. A lady, a gentleman, boys and girls, dog and cat, sleigh or rocking horse, an elf, a nutcrack. I did not put the ER on it. A reindeer, a mouse, carolers, a dove or swan. So these could go in my whimsical bird. I've gotten to the point to where I dated if I mail these. These are giveaways that I've held because I don't know how many of these I actually got mailed. Here's some more prompts. These are prompts. There's a piece of plastic. For October, monthly pick 7. So And here's a, looks like I did a 2024. I was tatting Christmas trees, and I did a fine line applicator tat of my Christmas tree. Here's a list of nutcrackers I did on a card. It's another prompt game. And book envelopes. And here's a very, when I first got my printer, I had to get the color set right, and this was an experiment from setting. And then I've got some loose things in here. Whoops, I think I meant to have that taped down on there. This originally held a clock. There's some stickers. I'm sure somebody sent me these. No, these came out of a book. Well, I don't know what I did with that package of stars. I put them in the... So, I'll have to get to my Society of Idea Collector. And I'll have to actually use some of this stuff. This again is kind of, it's not really desk scatter, it's scatter for journals that, let's see, I think I'll keep these out for my sunshine journal. I'm sure I got these from one of the folks that, I don't think I did this. I might have done these. I don't know if I want to use them in my sunshine journal or not. We got other papers. I know I did these rusty ones. Rusted papers. These might have been papers. But these I want to keep out for sure because I want to make content divider pages for Society of Idea Collector. I'll put that there. Really, I should put it on the bottom because I don't want that rust to get on it. Put it on the bottom here. And then I have, this is a box of scraps that I need to be using. So, I think I can throw this away. Bash your stash. Bash your stash. I need to use what I have because if I don't use this stuff up, why am I accumulating it? So, and it is accumulating. This came off of the Nebraska. These are mourning doves. Here it came off of the Nebraska little network. Oh, there are those stars. I'm going to put them in that box so I can put those extras in there. All right. So now let's do some, let me come out and say good morning to you guys. Joyce is here. Let me refresh my chat. I want to use up some of these things because they need to be used. Why do you have them if you don't use them? Happy birthday to Joyce. Is this your birthday today, Joyce? My birthday's tomorrow, she says. Happy birthday, Joyce. Happy birthday to you. Are you doing anything special? Are you doing any? Hi, Belinda. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joyce. Happy birthday to you. I know we have a lot of August birthdays. I think Nina has an August birthday. I don't know if it's past or coming yet. Let me straighten out my camera a little here. And I know we're the creative types that we have here have a lot of August birthdays. Seems like August is a month for our birthdays. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, and you have a most wonderful day. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I always miss saying hello to Teresa Church. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Mrs. Teresa. Arlene is here. Joyce is here. She said, my son bought movie tickets for the Downton Abbey movie. Oh, that's cool. Oh, what a nice gift, Joyce. You have a really good time. Let us know what you think of the movie. I think it is that what they're calling a final movie of that? I'd like to see that myself. Tina's birthday is this month. Tina, happy birthday. Happy August birthday to Tina. Tina T. Belinda says, good morning, Teresa. How are you feeling? Microdot, Jane. Good morning, Micro. Thank you, thank you. In September, yes, the final movie. Wow. Very cool. All right, let me scroll up here and say good morning to folks I've missed. Joyce and Arlene, Jane, Angie. Good morning, Angie girl. Welcome in. Sylvia. Good morning, Sylvia. Arlene. She's been watching them. Sylvia, been watching. Adirondack. Thank you. You might have to tell that to me several times, Arlene, until I get it in my head. Adirondack. Erin and the Adirondacks. Yeah. She had some sales that I went to. Sylvia says, tardy to the party. Good morning, Holly. You're not tardy. I've been going through found treasures. And Sylvia, I want to get that fabric mailed off to you. I pulled it out. I'll have to find out what I did with it. Oh dear. Where did I put it? I'll find it. I know it's not very far. Arlene, you haven't been to bed yet? Well, if you need to leave, Arlene, don't hesitate. I know what it is to, yeah. Angie says, Arlene, school started this week, so that means I have to get up at 6. Oh, you're up and down all the time, Angie girl. Arlene says she's sleepy, but she's good. Well, good morning, ladies. All right, let's start with this. I'm going to pull this off, and in fact, I think I'll use this as a cardboard, as a journal cover, maybe for these little, I'll probably have to cut it down a little, but make me a small journal here, a mini journal. So I'm sure I probably got this at a thrift store. I bought it for the frame. I'm going to pull this plastic off of it. So I actually want to use up some of this stuff that's just sitting around. Things I bought to use, and I bring it home, and then I'm either working on something else, or I tell you though, I have not gone to very many garage type sales and things. I bought stuff, I purchased stuff, but I haven't gone to a lot of garage sales this year, which is a good thing from Meri. All right, this hat, oh, this is a nice, these are actually nice pages. I don't know if I want to, I think I would rather make a book, a little journal. Do I want to do it this way? I could do it, this is going to become a cover. Looks like they've taped up the edges of this as they were framing it. So this is a poem of welcome to grandma's. I'm so glad that you are here. I greet you with my open arms. It's a blessing to have you near. So I could cut it right here. How many inches? And this will become a page. It won't become the cover. I want to save that out. I got an idea for that. That's trash. Let's see, I was going to measure from here to the, oops, and I need my metal one this time. My ruler's getting buried. Whoops, wrong way. Now, where's the start is there. 5 inches. So I could cut this at 5, and how wide is this? It's 5 inches to right in there, maybe a teeny bit over 5, so I have to be aware of that. And it is 5 by 5, a 5 by 5, and this is just a little over 5. I might have to trim this down a little. So this is about 5 1/4. So if I make my journal a 5 by 5 this way, and no, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, I think. So I'll need we're going to use up. We're going to use up. I'll need 5 1/4 this way, and 5 1/4 here. And I think, see, those things look crooked to me. That's 5 1/2. That's better, Mary. So I'll need 2 of these. 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I'll need a spine. So how deep do I want to make my spine? 2 inches? Will that be too much? Well, if I make it 2 inches, I can always cut it down if it's too much. And let's see, if I allow for a gutter, I'm going to make it 2 1/2 and allow 1/4 of an inch for each side of the gutter. So 2 and 2 1/2. 2 and 2 1/2. Now what I have left here, after I cut it, I've been wanting something that I can put this doily on that I crocheted right after I got down here. It's over there. I'm going to pin it on there. Maybe I'll do that today and stiffen that doily. And you can do that with Mod Podge or something like that. All right, let's get out. And this little mini journal I'll save for maybe I'll just use it as, oh, I want a mini journal, I think. We'll put that on a use. Can't do it all at once. All right, let me get a cutting board out. An old one. I got this one from ArtTreasures when they went out of business. And I've been using it. It's cutting its use. It was used when I got it. All right, we're going to cut these apart. Yes, I'm going to work on my sunshine journal. I want to get out that Jacqueline box. I only got 2 hours, Mary. And that reminds me to tell you guys that for the rest of August, I'm coming on at 7 instead of 6 on my morning streams, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then when September starts up, I'm going to go back to my regular hours. I might do some, just depends, it really depends on how I feel. I don't think I'll go back to my 4:30 hours on a regular basis, but you might see me do some. And I need to get me some new blades for my knife here. There we go. Now, I think I'm going to only make it 2, but I left a 1/2 inch for a 1/4 on each side, which I should have marked. But this will get covered up anyway. That really is a big gutter. So if I mark it an 1/8 of an inch here and an 1/8 of an inch come back down here, I think I'll leave it at 2, and then it will be, I'll have a 1/8 of an inch, and an 1/8 of an inch will be a 1/4, so my spine will be 2 1/4. So I'm not going to have a 1/4 inch gutter. That's really too much. It's too much, Mary. And I don't need a huge, I tend to want to, I don't want to use that ruler. Use my metal one. I tend to stuff things, make them bigger, and then they alligator out. And there's nothing wrong with a fatty patty journal. But I'm trying to keep mine from alligatoring. Did I get through it? Almost. And this will be a nice thick journal cover. Got some tape on it here that needs to be cut. Now I got this as a blocking pad. We'll come back to that. Let's cut this. I think I'll go back to that paper, those papers that I said I think I used, and use those papers in here. Because this is just going to be a catch-all journal. I just need to, it's a use-up journal is what it is. I got that whole box of fussy cuts, and my brother asked me on the way home, from the lake. He said, what are you going to do with all those things you cut out of the magazines? And I said, I'm going to use them in my art journaling. And he didn't say anything because I don't think he really understood. You know, well, she knows what she's doing. So my journal will look like, well, it'll still be 2 inches. My gutter will be in there. So it'll look like that. I think I did fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and let me get this off of and put my knife away. Be safe. Put the knife away. Angie rests easy when Meri puts her knife away. I have some almost used, I don't know if this is vinyl or, that's vinyl. I don't want the vinyl. I'm using up this is vinyl double-sided tape, and it is not as strong on my pieces as regular double-sided tape. But I'm going to use this up. This is good for papers, but doesn't have a really strong hold for. Now let me reach here. I've got another roll. Of course, it's on the very bottom. There we go. We're gonna tape these things together. Make about 1/8 of an inch there, approximately. I don't know if that's a little weird, but it doesn't matter. Approximately like that. And this is regular double-sided tape. I think I'll put my tape down first. Now here's the thing. I want a piece of that, and I have to go to my, hold on. I have to do a thing over here to get down to my, where did I put it? Way down at the bottom. That's the thing about stacking stuff. Well, while I'm out, let's just pull some of these papers to put in there. Not the scrappy ones yet. I want some of these others down here. I hesitated in putting these papers. I think these are rusty papers. And I hesitated and put them in my sunshine journal because they'll get messy. Alrighty. But still, I have to pull things out to get to my scrap box. I always bury it. Get these other things out. Oh, why do I bury things? Because I don't have places to put stuff, that's why. Alright, now I can put these back. And the reason I got my scrap box out is I want some, and I'm sure I have some slicky paper that's sticky. I want some, and I know I have some in here someplace. I think I do anyway. I should put it in a special, well, maybe that was a lost cause. I can use, I don't know if I want to use that though. Oh. Come on, Meri. I need to put it in a special envelope so I have them when I want them. Here. Is that, no, that's still sticker paper. Well, I'm not finding what I want. Here. All that for that little piece of paper. I need to keep this. I need to keep this close at the top so when I want scraps I can reach for them. All right. It's not safe. I don't know what I have here. Hold on. All right. And we're going back to this. I want to get a piece off here. But the reason I did that is because I want to put a piece of this down in here. Working with this double-sided tape can be a challenge sometimes. But I put that extra piece of this, actually it's release paper from the back here, and I put it on as I'm cutting so that the scissors has release paper on both sides and the scissors doesn't stick to my tape. Actually, I should just fold that up into there. All right, so here we go. We want to put this, now I make sure I get it right here. I think that's a little crooked. I'm going to do it on. I think that's a little crooked. I'm just going to, can't see where I'm going, but I'll just put it right like this. Crooked. Like that. Now I can turn it over. And this is where I want my 1/8 of an inch. Probably about like that. It's not going to be perfect. Not like that. It's a little, it's down a little, but once you get this on, it's on. All right, now I want to do the same thing over here. And let's just take these off. I said let's take them off, Mary. And it's sticking on it. That wasn't true release paper, the one that I already had on there. So I'm going to cut that. I was trying different types of, I think that came off of my stickers. And we'll just put it there for now, because I'll be taking that off, the release paper off. Now, this one hopefully will come off. And it will come over like this. And throw the little scraps away. And let me check this out. I don't think this is true release paper. Yeah, it's not working for me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that. I'll throw this away. That's not true release paper. So I'm having trouble getting it off. Hold on. Mary says, hold the bone. And throw that away. can do it without. I want to do this side. Oh, my brother's up. He's coughing in there. Well, I'm going to cut it without the release on it, but expect it to stick. My scissors don't do they stick on there. I like my release papers, but I'll have some after this. Alright, we'll just put that back there. Now I want to do another 1/4 inch. This is, or 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, he's in there coughing away. He can't go out in the other room to cough and gag. He has to do it so it's online. Bothers me. Alright, so this is going to close good. Alrighty. Now, do I want to put tape there? I don't think I do. I'm not ready to take this off yet because I want to cover this. I think I'll cover the inside first. So let's find something to cover it with. I could cover it with this. We could do that. Cut it right there. This one would go, let's see, if I do it this way, I'd want it over here. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to use that to cover it. Let's use a piece of paper that I pulled. And I'm going to have to heel it over there, but that's what this is for. So this, I cut it 5 1/4. I'm going to use my trimmer. 5 1/4. Pull my trimmer out. And while I was cleaning yesterday, I found new blades that I got. So I want to cut this at 5 1/4. And I'm going to need to put new ones in here pretty soon. 5 1/4. And I think there'll be enough here. Let's cut this at 5 1/4. See if I got a piece of that sticky on it. 5 1/4. Maybe I'll put some of those images that I cut out of the magazines in this journal. This is a use up. I'm only making this journal because I want to use this stuff that I bought. Alright, now I'm going to put this in here. And of course it's a little bigger, but we'll trim that off. This must not be quite 5 1/4 according to... This says it's 5 1/4. This must not be. I must not have had this cut at 5 1/4. Doesn't matter. That's the outside. We're going to do it on the inside. This way. And put this under it. We'll put this one on first. I think I should put it clear out to the edge here. So, to do that, I need my glue. And I gotta stand up and reach for it. And I probably should put something under it. We're using up. We're using up. And what I have in here is glue all. I refilled it. I used to use school glue, but I refilled it with glue all. And I need a brush and a paper towel. Where I put my paper towels, they ran away. But luckily I have some more. My brother went outside. I just saw his shadow pass behind my curtain. Let's grab a, that's not a paper towel. Here. I've got some fabric pieces to use up. I think I had those on my, I was going to do that, what I called a begonia. And they weren't begonia, they were geraniums. And Becky said they're geranium leaves, Mary. And I said, I thought I got begonias. I'm looking for a brush that I can glue with. Alrighty. And we're just going to put these down. And I think I like this side better. I was watching Janet Baum. Shows a lot of her stuff on Facebook. And she just did some coffee dyed papers. These are rust dyed. I was going to do a rust journal. Of course I was. All right, now I have that, and let's turn that over. There are my scissors I was looking for. I'm going to put this, which side do I like? I think I like this side. No, I like this side. Put it like that. Okay. And I'll probably have to deal with the gaps in here. Now, I have, before I do that, I need to take the tape off of here. Forgot about that. Just pull this back a little. That one. And that one. Yeah. To turn it around. So my goal here is to use up stash. And what I have done is I've taken a thrift store print and I used the frame for something. I think I made a tray out of it, which will probably be in my stash someplace. And this is the cardboard that it was framed on. There we go. Now I can turn this back around. And the goal here is to, that isn't going to stick very good. The goal here is to use up stash. I kind of like how this little border here edges this colored piece over here. Different color, I had the piece on it. Alrighty. And let's come back and do the rest of it here. Gosh, I'm hungry. I'm going to have to get me some breakfast after. I usually have something in the mornings before, but I slept late this morning. I was up late doing that cat sculpture video that I put up, a short AI video. I'm having fun doing those. And let me tell you, I think I've said it before, but that you guys, you see that and think, for those AI, you think, oh, the computer did it. The computer did that. There's nothing to it. She didn't really make art. But let me tell you, you don't see the work that goes into a simple 3-second video with the AI. You have to script it. And then with the, I don't know how other AI programs are, but with YouTube's AI, sometimes it does what it wants to, and it will put things in your video that you didn't ask for. And so I'm sitting there doing several different iterations of that. And it takes a while for that 3-second, and then you can only do them in, what, 60-second clips, but I do mine in 6-second clips, and then you download all your clips, and there's a lot of work behind those things. There's a lot of work. It's not just the computer doing it. There's a lot of thought that goes in behind all that stuff. Now I'll eventually put a cloth piece here, so this will, because it's paper, will probably tear in there, but that's okay, because when I put my signatures in, I'll have a cloth piece there. Let's make sure my corners are glued. Down. That one's pretty good, but I'm gonna do it again. All right, now I think I want fabric on this side. So let me put my brush back in the water. Put my glue lid on temporary. So if I knock it off, it will not spill out on the rug. So let's find a piece of fabric which is buried. Let's see if I can find one behind me. I have a piece of denim. It's not quite long enough. And I have, oh, I've got these pieces. We'll see if any of them go. I kind of like these birds, but they're in squares. And they're not, oh, they could be the right way. I might want to use those for something else. I have this, which I like, but I don't like. But then I have this map fabric that I think I'm leaning toward. See, when I have things out behind me that I don't quite get put away and I need something on the fly, it's there. I just turned around and grabbed it. I didn't have to go hunting through 3 boxes to find it. I also have this fabric that that I was going to use for eco dyeing. I kind of like that, but I don't really have enough of it. I still need to eco dye. So I think I'm going to lean toward this, which I got probably from Pearl. She marked it down from 350 to 3, and she stapled that on there. Yeah. Probably ran out of pins and didn't want to put tape on it, so she stapled her tag on there. I can't get that out of there. I could tear the paper, but I want the staple out. Use my old scissors. That's a good staple too. I could probably cut it, but I don't want it to snap back in my face. I'll throw that in the trash so I don't step on it. Alright, we're going to use a piece of this map fabric. And this is Tim Holtz map fabric. Eclectic Elements. And we'll use right up here where it is in Bismarck. The Pacific Ocean is over here. We've got Canada, part of the United States is right on the edge. That's what's up here. Pacific Ocean. Well, let's use it over here. Now I want enough to go around the edge here. And around the edge here. I should probably trim this now. Now, Barb at Joggles, when she does this type of thing, I've seen her take strips of tape. And I might do that here. Well, I don't know if I want to. I might use Yes Paste. to put my fabric down. I don't want to use wet. Let's trim this off. So I'm cutting a piece of the and this will get folded under with the fabric will fold over it. So, but I just want to get it off. There we go. Now what I have, and let's get it out and use it. I'm going to use, I guess I could tear it first. I want enough of the fabric to come over on the, now I'm using, this is really, the fabric will really go, it really needs to go like this, but I don't want that. I need enough of the fabric to fold over. And I'll have to make sure I have it right when I put it on. That's a crease. So I think if I tear it right at this seam here, which I'm going to do, it will be plenty big. And if I tear it here at this fold, I think I'll have, well, I'll have way enough. Probably too much. So I'm going to hopefully tear maybe. Hold on. Don't cut my fingers. Oh. Maybe right in here. Alrighty. Let's tear this way. I still have a ways to go. Now, what I want to do is fold this up. We'll use it in another project. It's nice to have it available. I didn't get that folded straight. Good enough. Good enough. And let's fold up the other pieces. The birds and the wood. I guess you could call that wood. It's kind of a stripedy piece. And I have some lavender. Okay, we'll just keep those close by. And now what I want to do is set this above, and let's reach in here. If I can get a hold of it. This is a Tim Holtz, not Tim Holtz, Sean, Lindy and Sean at Lindy K and Sean Designs made these ironing boards. So I'm going to iron my cloth. And it inspires me to actually iron what I'm going to use here. Although when I use Yes Paste, it actually flattens out the creases, but we're going to iron it just because I want to use my ironing board. And let's see, here's my iron, my little crafty iron. If you buy things like this, you should use them, Mary. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use my ironing board. Let me reach down here and get my, where it ran off to, my plug-in. Plug it in. And we'll give it a minute to warm up. It doesn't take long for this little iron to warm up. So let me come out and look at chat. Let me refresh my chat. Bum-diddy-dum, bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Bum-diddy-dee-dee-dum-dum-dum. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Chat filter, all messages. Joyce is here. Arlene says, I love the sound of tearing fabric, unless it's the dress I'm wearing. I know. When we went down there, when the first night that I was there, oh, those sheets had to be 300 count. They were so pretty and soft and on the beds. And when I went to bed, of course, I had the sheet. When I made up the bed, I tucked the top sheet under the mattress because it was a huge, big, long sheet, and I had more than I needed. So at the bottom of the bed, I tucked the top sheet under. Well, after I got in bed, I pulled, and I heard a and I'm going, oh, don't tell me I tore that sheet. Well, I didn't, but it must have been, it made this ripping sound. And I checked when I made up the bed the next morning. I go, oh, thank God I didn't. It must have just been it pulling out from underneath of the mattress. But I didn't rip it. And I was so grateful I didn't tear their sheets because they were probably expensive sheets. So, yeah, it's so fun to tear this fabric. I like the frayed edges. I kind of got picked up on that from Catherine at K3N Cloth Tales. Here, I was going to read chat, and I'm ironing. But let me finish this, and then I'll come back to chat. So, using up. We're using up stash this morning. I don't know if I'll get to, what's this? Oh, that's the little steamer thing I don't use. What is that? It fits in there. It feels like it might. I touched that iron. Oh, I got a blister on my hand. No, that's just paper. That's glue. I thought I got a blister. Oh, that burned. Don't touch the base of your iron, Mary. I'll have to put some cream on that. Not buttercream, but, you know, burn cream. Burn stuff. Oh, that burned. I just touched the bottom of that iron, not paying attention to what I was doing. Burned my finger. It's not that bad. I pulled it away fast. Don't trust Mary with a hot iron or a candle. Oh, dear. All right, let's unplug it. Let it cool off. Put that plug plugging back in the tin. It's okay, really. I just touched it. All right. Oh, I was trying to figure out what this little green thing was. Oh, let's just set it aside, Meri, and you can fool with it when it's cooled off. Oh, wow. I'm okay. It's just a little tickle burn. All right. I think I'll spray some water on it. Where's my water sprayer? Oh, I got stuff here that's... My box is in the way. Here's my sprayer. Oh, that feels good. You don't want to put like butter or something like that on a burn. This is not a bad burn. It's just a little burn. But you can get cream to put on it to, I forget what it has in it, to soothe the burn. It's not a bad one. I'll survive. I won't do that again though, but yay, I used my Sean, I forget their last name, Sean's ironing board. I'll be using it. I'll be using it. I'm so proud of myself for using the ironing board. Let me put it away. Okay. Now back to the drawing board here. We want to put Yes paste on this. And we'll put it the right way. About like that, I think. It's got South America here. That'll go on the bottom. South America and... Well, that says South America. This says Japanese Yokohama. What is that doing there? San Francisco's way over here. United States is on the flap. And they got the Pacific Ocean on the back. So let's go ahead and Yes paste this down. Got my Yes paste here somewhere. And a spatula. And let's take the release paper off of this side. Now this is what I was looking for release paper. And I should just fold some of that up and put it in my drawer in a special place where I know where it's at. All right. Let's take the plastic off of this and my spatula. And let's start spreading some paste on here. Now we can take our fabric and is it straight? And we want to make sure we leave room for the gutters. I think I have enough room. And I have that tape, so that tape is holding it in here where I didn't put glue on my tape. My gutter is right there. So let's take the other tape off. I don't think I need just need this. Now I'm going to take these release papers that I have more of these, but I couldn't find them. I found another piece, and I'm gonna pin these together and put them in my drawer, so I have them when I want them. Well, I want that in between those two. There. So if I'm ever looking for this again, said, Mary, you put it in your drawer. All right, now we can bring this down over this tape. And there's my gutters right there, and right there. And now I just have to do this. That's a lot of glue. Probably could have used all that, but I didn't want to pull it all out at once. What time is it? It's 8:30, so I'll be nowhere near getting to the rest of my things this morning, because I shortened my hours and I never get everything done. Well, I never get anything done anyway, but I don't have as much creative times when I come on at 7 o'clock. I shorten my create time, but I feel better. So I'll be on tomorrow morning. No, this is Thursday, right? I'll be on tomorrow morning, Friday morning at 7. I think Paint Girly comes on next. I don't know if she switched her hours around, but she used to come on Thursday mornings after at 10 her time, 9 my time. So here we go. We can open this up and fold it. It's going to make a nice little journal. And we'll do the sides here. Let's start with maybe this side. And it's probably about 3/4 of an inch. I could try to put the glue on the fabric. The fabric's not straight up here, so, but it'll be okay. It's just a journal. I might put some washi. I'm going to try putting the glue on the fabric and maybe on the edge. And then I'm going to pull up on it here, right in there. Now you can kind of stretch this fabric as you're working on these things, so you need to be kind of careful that you don't stretch it out of shape. There we go. See, it's kind of longer in there, but I think I'll put an edging of washi tape on it. Now let's do the other side. Kind of worked nice to put that yes paste on the fabric itself rather than try to guess how far out I wanted to go. My finger feels better. It just, I pulled it away quick enough. I pulled it away fast enough, but it burned for a little. Now it's just a little tickly. And I'm not going clear out to here. I'm just stopping at the edge of my book. And let's do the other side. And let's do the edge. And this really has the tape on it, but we'll do it anyway. Alrighty. I'll pull on the middle here first. Got paste on my fingers. Alrighty, I'm liking it. I am liking it. Goes like this. Now we need to do these ends. Now that's way too much. So I'm going to tear a little of that off. This one is better. Let's do this one first. So let me kind of wash my fingers off a little here. Sticky fingers. I'll get them sticky again, but with them being too sticky, I can't work with this stuff. All right. So let's trim this a little. We don't need all of this inner part in here. So let's trim it off. And I think this one is smaller, but I can still trim it. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You could do this before you put it on, but... Alright, then I'm going to fold this over like this. And I still might need a little of this to go under. Let's put some just a little bit of glue. This one already has glue on it. It's going to hold, but let's just put a dab there. Just to kind of hold it. Can't get into it. like that maybe. And then this is going to come up. Looks like I can trim it just a little more here. Let's try it. Like that. And this one too. I don't like doing the corners. I never have liked doing the corners. But I'm getting better at them. I'm getting better at them. Alright, now glue this down like that. That could come just a little bit more at an angle. Is that better? Yes. Alright. And I'm going to put glue on my fabric. That seems to work rather than trying to guess how far out I need to go. Pull that in as I work, and then I want a little on the edge here. Alright, let's pull this in. I might have to put some glue under that. Yeah. Not perfect, but it'll do. It will do. Pig. Yeah, it needs a little trimming out here. There we go. And that's just a line in the fabric. That mark is just a line in the fabric. And that's the back. This is the front. So let's do this. This I'm going to cut. Chair cut if I can. If and I can. Sometimes it's hard to do this when you've already have it on the journal. I should get out a pair of fabric scissors. A nice little piece for something. Now, let's cut this at an angle. And I really don't need this piece, but I'm going to leave it in there. I need to get a hold of it. Don't take this as a tutorial. If you want good tutorials, there's a lot of good journal making tutorials online. I like to watch Treasure Books. I like to watch Sea Lemon. Johnny at Junk Journal Shop makes some nice journals. I don't watch her very much anymore, but I know she does make nice journals. I will credit her with that. Let's trim this just a little bit more here. Who else? There's a lot of good journal tutorials online, journal making. But I'm getting better at it. I've made quite a few journals. Different styles. It's a lot of paste. Let's do the edge here. And then do this. Alrighty. Did I get, yeah, I did. Yep. Is that just, yeah. So that's, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with it. That's the back though. No, this is the front. It's kind of awkward up in here. I could put book corners on it. Do I have it upside down? No? I have it right. Pacific Ocean goes on the back. So now I have this washi. I'm not sure I'm happy with this corner. I might be able to, while it's still positionable, fix this corner. Your Yes paste will give you some open time if you need to repair something or fix it so it's better. You've got open time on this stuff. Put some more glue on that. Got just a little bit of a, but I think that's better. All right, now what I want to do is I have some washi here. Let's see if there's anything in here I want to use. I got this at Prime Days. I want the whiter stuff. Some black. It's not a whole lot on the roll. That's why they're able to sell it cheaper. All right, and I don't trust, but I do put this on with a glue stick, and it's probably an inch, about an inch. And I'm going to put it this way first. Let's find the... Find the start of it. Sometimes you can find the start by looking for a irregularity in the pattern, but sometimes the entire pattern is irregular. Where is the start of this? Here? Yeah, right there. And hopefully this will come off in one swoop for me. It feels like a nice thick tape. It's not a thin. So let's take my glue stick and I think I'm going to come in here. Probably about where this line is. And put glue, about an inch of glue down here. And I'll probably have to go in and fix it later too. I'm going to start right about there. Come clear over to there. That's straight. And I need to make sure I have my gutters in there. And I don't know if I'll have enough of this. Okay. Let's do the other side. I cut that at an angle, so on this piece I'll have to, means this is cut at an angle too. But it's hard to cut when you're cutting it on the, alright. And about to there. And that will just leave a little bit of my rusty paper showing in here. Right about to there. Now I have seen Johnny take a ruler and she'll close her journal and she'll do this, which I think is a good technique. Make sure you get your gutters glued. Now, from one thumb to the other. See if I can't cut this one halfway straight. Now I just have in here to do. And I got a little crease in there. That's that corner that I played around with. we go. Now the other side. At least we'll have this covered. Now I can put the lid back on my glue. Are you guys seeing it? And I found if I kind of hold this with my left finger, my little burnt finger, I can cut it straighter. Boy, I don't have much left on there. I don't give you much when you buy the sell stuff. They probably say, we'll make this one for Prime Days. Alrighty. So there is that. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Alright, so I folded that. Let's put it back in the package. Using up. Using up. Let's see, I'll put it in here. Oh, it won't fit. Here's that doily that I want to... Alright, let's put my yes paste away. I think I'm done with that. Alright. And so now what I want to do is get out some of these papers. And this is going to be well, this says it's about 12 3/4 inch, almost 13 inches. Ruler on the about 12 and so, but I think I'll allow maybe (11 3/4 inch for the pages. 12, and that's an inch. That leaves a ½ inch there, and by the time, yeah. So, oh, I guess I'll make it 11. I guess I'll make it 11 inches because that's as wide as my paper will go. And I needed to measure this way. What time is it? 8:59. So I'm going to have to quit at this point. We'll pick this up again tomorrow because I do want to get this journal done. So I'm going to use the rusty pages in here. This will be kind of a rusty project. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy with this. I did not get to Jacqueline's journal, but we'll get to it. I pulled stuff out to use. I went through stuff that I pulled from stash. Can't use it all at once, but I sure would like to. But I've got a nice cover done here. I want to thank you all. Arlene says she's got to go. Let me refresh my chat and say goodbye to everybody. Chat filter. Chat filter. All messages. I don't know if Paint Girlie's coming on. I'm going to have to get with her and find out if she still comes on Thursday mornings. Jacqueline has a birthday? can't stay, just say hello. Happy birthday, Jacqueline, Angie says. Mary's birthday is Sunday. Well, we'll remember that for our Sunday evening chat. Happy birthday coming Sunday, Jacqueline. All right, everybody. Hi, Tina. I didn't say hello to you. Thanks for popping in, Joyce. There's Jacqueline. Happy birthday, Jacqueline, coming up. Jacqueline has a birthday coming up on Sunday. Brenda Ashford is here. She says, I cut corners at an angle, leaving enough to cover the point, and then fold the sides in like you did. You don't have a bulk of fabric to do. Yeah, I did pretty good on these corners. Corners are still a challenge for me, but they're not bad. I can live with them. That's a good point, Brenda. Joyce is here. Jacqueline's here. Becky, looks like Becky popped in. Hi, Becky, if you're out there yet, have a great day. Arlene dropped a link to Pink Girlie. Lori is on next, Jersey says. Thank you, Jersey. Okay, well, Pink Girlie is probably coming on right now, 9:01. So I'm going to take a picture of this for my thumbnail. Have a great day, everybody. I still have trees to chop down. Bye.